Brian Cashman joining us, general manager for the New York Yankees here on Inside Pitch. Brian, you mentioned Mark Teixeira. We know the track record, one of the best all-around players in all of baseball. We understand he's never necessarily been, quote-unquote, Mr. April for any team he's played for. But how about the struggles? What are you seeing? Is there any reason for concern, unlike other years, for example, last season?
Nope, no reason to concern whatsoever. I mean, Mark Teixeira has always hit. He will hit again for us, and that's why you'll be seeing him penciled in the same spot of that lineup, and as the weather turns, and which it has, so does he, and he just part of his DNA. He puts most of his production in a 5-month period rather than 6. So I still take it. He's a tremendous influence both on our win column as an offensive and defensive player in that clubhouse, and so no, I got no worries about Mark Teixeira whatsoever. I got a lot bigger things to worry about than him.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about him last April either when he slumped and certainly ended up doing extremely well. A couple of your other pickups off the slow starts too, Brian. Of course, it's only April. Javier Vazquez obviously gets all the callers to pick up the phones and call us here. Certainly, this is a guy that's won 10 or more games every year since 2000, including last year, probably his best year as a pro when he won 15 games for Atlanta with an ERA under 3. What's gone wrong with him in the month of April so far?
Man, stuff's just not good, right now. It's just, I wish I had a better answer than that. It's just he's not featuring the Javier Vazquez stuff that that he typically goes out there and competes with, and obviously, so the results are radically different. We're obviously he's working hard to get through it. Sometimes you go through slumps, just like we were talking about Mark Teixeira going through a slump as a hitter, and the results are radically different than what he typically is. And right now, I think Javier Vazquez is fastball command's not necessarily there, his velocity is not necessarily there, and therefore the results certainly aren't following. I think secondary pitches are flatter than normal, and so instead of having like number 2 starter stuff that he typically features on most times through taking a mound, he's really not featuring that right now, and so he's fighting himself and fighting to find himself, and we'll fight with him, and because his track record is always one of success as well, so we'll keep working. Our pitching coach will work with him. He's working with it, and it's just a harder platform to work through your stuff here when you struggle, because it's certainly louder when that takes place. So we're confident that over the 30-plus starts you'll see what he typically is rather than what he is right now.